CHEK 6 News. Weekend edition with Marisa Antinucci.
Good evening. RCMP have confirmed that the SOCRED MLA from Atlin, Al Passarell, was killed in the crash of a small plane in Dease Lake this weekend. Police have also confirmed that Passarell's wife, Ruth, was among the 5 passengers aboard the small aircraft who were killed in the crash. Only the plane's pilot survived. John GIBBS reports.
Atlin is the kind of riding you see from the air. It's a huge riding, the entire northwest corner of BC, with only 2,400 voters in scattered settlements. Small aircraft, and particularly float planes, are the most practical method of travel. Dease Lake is in the center of the Atlin riding, about 450 kilometers north of Terrace. An area of the lake is now under police guard, where a Beaver float plane owned by Taku Air Services was preparing to land when it crashed into the lake and sank Saturday evening. Of the 6 people on board, only the female pilot survived.
I happened to turn back towards the lake just at the point when the aircraft hit the water, and I saw it hit the water fairly hard, and it broke up on impact. We keep a boat here all the time, and I grabbed the fellow who was with me, and we got in the boat and went directly to the site.
And what did you see?
When we got there, there was 1 person in the water, and the fuselage was in the process of sinking. We got the 1 person out of the water and attempted to get something on the fuselage, a rope, but we couldn't do anything, and it went down.
The passengers had been headed for the Social Credit nomination meeting, a meeting that went ahead without them. One of the victims was the incumbent MLA, Al Passarell, 36 years old, father of 3, and an irrepressible northern politician. Passarell got elected twice as an NDPer and then jumped to the SOCREDs last year. His intended task on Saturday night was to convince former political enemies to nominate him as a SOCRED.
To be a politician in a riding like Atlin is to spend thousands of hours in small aircraft. Jim Fulton of the NDP represents the federal constituency of Skeena, which includes all of Atlin and more. Fulton has known and flown with Al Passarell for the past 10 years.
I've had a number of close calls as well. In fact, in the Dease Lake area during the last federal election, we were on our way from Dease Lake flying overland across down the Stikine to Atlin and had a very close call. We got lost in a small aircraft inside a cloud.
Fulton says he'll remember Al Passarell as a friend.
He had a lot of charm in that I think his tale telling, which at times got him in trouble, was his charming side. He liked to distort reality a little bit to make things more interesting for people, and I think that's often why he got caught telling tall tales, and I think it's something that we'll remember Al by, is his ability to make people smile and to make them laugh. The thing that bothers me as much as the loss of Al's life in the last few days is the fact that the Social Credit Party itself went ahead with the nomination yesterday, knowing full well that the sitting member who was running for the nomination was missing and likely had died in a plane crash on the way to the nomination. And I just think that kind of disrespect for the work done by a member of the legislature and to the value of human life is something that no constituency should have gone ahead with.
At Dease Lake, meanwhile, authorities were preparing to recover the bodies of the 5 victims, trapped in a plane under 100